Well, Rado, another big game coming up this weekend against Macarthur. Firstly, Taras is obviously not going to be available given that he's now a Brisbane Roar player, but are any other players unavailable for that contest?
No, everyone is available. We haven't got any injury concerns. Florin is now, fully capable of playing, starting. So we've got him to a certain level, and now we just managing when to expose him to start and how to increase his game time. Everyone else is ready to go, and from that point of view, a little bit of headaches from my end. How to structure the team, and what can we do for this next coming game.
I think Thomas Lamb and Aidan O'Neill both came off against Adelaide. I think you mentioned in the post-game presser, Aidan, a little knock. How are they tracking?
Good. They both trained on Wednesday. Thursday we gave Aidan a little bit of rest. Today he's coming back. Thomas trained Wednesday, Thursday. He will train today, so he's putting his hand up for selection, and Aidan is also ready for the game, so should be no problems unless something goes wrong today.
Yeah. Obviously, that game was just a madhouse with the horrific leg break, the massive delays, and then you also have to engineer a comeback to secure a 3-3 draw. Just emotionally, how have the boys been this past week trying to gather themselves and go again?
Good. Yeah, I mean, we gave them a couple of days off, just to refresh them before we go into next 2 or 3 weeks. Will be a heavy work with preparation for April and May. So they came refreshed. I mean, we looked at the certain moments in the game, from our attacking point of view mainly. What can we improve in our game? What are our strengths, and how can we exploit the opponent's spaces, and so on. So from that point of view, everything is positive. We were a little bit negative to concede 3 goals, but we scored 3 goals and we came back after being 3-1 down. So which was another positive moment from the team's point of view. Now we just need to make sure that we stop conceding goals, and if we can continue to score 1 or 2, that would be good, and that's the plan.
Because the 3 goals, I think, was the most you've conceded in a game this season. The previous most was 2 against the Knicks. What do you put that down to? Was it just individual errors, the luck of the draw? What happened?
I think it's just individual errors. First and third. Second was a corner kick, which, and you can try to control that, but a little flick and suddenly everything is unpredictable, and unfortunately it was just that exactly what happened. I mean, we scored a goal from a corner as well. So those moments are very important in the game, obviously, to attack and to defend. And we've been working on our defensive skill when it comes to defending corners and free kicks, and we haven't really conceded many goals. So this is first one, and it hurts maybe even more. But individual errors, sometimes you cannot legislate for that, and it just happens. And both players bounced back really well, and the team bounced back. I mean, I think we controlled the game. This was probably the best game that we controlled overall. I think we had 70% possession, and we still had number of entries, number of good opportunities. We are getting closer and closer to opponent's goalkeeper with our chances. So we are getting behind the back line even when they are defending deep. So there's so many positives. Unfortunately, there's no result to back it up. But fingers crossed we can get a good result on tomorrow, on the weekend.
Because as a coach, I'd love it if you could maybe give me a bit of an insight into it. Because I remember you've talked about giving your players a bit more freedom, a bit more creativity, and license to be creative and the like. And often, you know, you hear that and you think about your attackers and your midfielders doing that. As a coach, what are you telling your defenders in this situation? Because obviously, if players have more license to improvise in front of them, that's going to lead to different ways that you're going to lose the ball and you're going to have to defend. How do you implement more creative freedom from a defensive standpoint?
Well, it all depends where those defenders are, obviously, you know, and even if our striker is, you know, if we are defending the corner and the ball is inside our 6 yards and someone can, you know, win the ball, of course, we don't encourage creativity in that part of the field. I think with Jordan's pass, it was just missed pass. With the first goal, with Tilios' missed kick, he just unfortunately he touched the ball with his right foot just before he's going to clear it with his left foot. So there was a clear idea to clear this ball outside of our danger zone. You know, you can easily look at like our goal against Sydney FC when Jordan tried to control and shield the ball instead of maybe clearing it, and you know maybe we would win the game. But you know those little moments are important for players learning, you know, and especially for the younger players. You know, all the players maybe made those mistakes back in the day, and now they're a little bit more aware of you know where they are, what type of pressure they are under, and you know we can't be overly criticizing young players because they just haven't got experience, and sometimes you need to pay dearly to gain that experience, and you know we are fully supportive for both of our players because they are so talented. And I'm quite sure that you know those mistakes they will you know learn from them, and they will really embrace those moments and they will not make them in the future.
It feels almost churlish to bring it up, given that you are still 5 points clear at the top of the table and looking very comfortable. But it is 3 draws on the bounce now. Has that been mentioned internally?
We spoke about the different things in those 3 draws, and you know this was the last 3 games that we played. We had control of the game for 90 minutes. We had 66, and 70% of possession. Between 3 games, average we had like 20 shots on goal. Number of entries inside the penalty box. Our counter pressing was excellent. You know, we were winning balls inside 7, 8, 9 seconds in opponent's half. So there were so many positives. You know, we created quite a few clear-cut chances. You know, so yes, you can look at the result and you can say, okay, there are 3 draws. But then if you look at, you know, the performances, the way that we control the game, the way that we have improved our combination play in front third, you know, all those things are very, very positive, and I think we're gonna get benefits later in the season. You know, when maybe we are winning 1 or 2-0 in first half, and then not dropping off, not giving a sense to our opponents, but continue to play the way we played, let's say, in first half, because clearly, when we played against Wellington and Mariners, first half was very dominant. Second half, not so. Even Western United, after being 3-0 up, you know, they took control over the possession a little bit better than us in the second half. You know, so from that point of view, I'm extremely proud of the players, and this is just another experience for us, you know, that we can draw back from, you know, in the future.
Macarthur, just their second game under new coach Milos Dejovski. What are you expecting from them?
From them, look, I mean, obviously second game, you know, we looked at the last game, and what happened was that I think they had a player send off in the second half, so there was not a great deal of indication on some drastic changes that he has done. You kind of expect a little bit more changes, for this game. What they are going to do, it's very hard to predict. Obviously, they're missing one of their key midfielders. I think everyone else is available from my understanding. Will they base their game on stopping us, or will they base their game on trying to give us a good contest? We'll see tomorrow. A lot of teams decide when they come here to defend and just try to play on counter attack. So if that's the case, then we just need to be prepared for that. If they come to play, then obviously there will be a different challenge for us, with probably a bit more space behind them, and can we exploit those situations?
And just last one from me, mate. Obviously, Taras leaving opens up a spot on your roster. Is that move? Do you have anybody in mind coming in, or are you just still surveying the market?
We are still looking at the market. Yes, we are. Michael and our scouting department are looking at options. There's no rush. If we can't sign at the right player, then we are happy with what we've got. We've got a lot of talented young players here at the club, from the academy that can maybe step up if we need them. But yeah, if we find someone who's suitable, preferably younger player, then we wouldn't mind to bring him in.